What's good, everyone, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel. As I'm here with another Chiefs report, we did have a little bit of slight breaking news. It starts the Kansas City Chiefs offseason, so of course I gotta dive right in. But before I do dive into that video, I do want to apologize for the mishap with the double videos I did last night on the Mike Williams. I guess I had technical errors. I thought I uploaded the first one completely, but I do have the full video out now, so if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's me hypothetically thinking of Mike Williams coming to Kansas City, and I think it's a good take. I hope you guys like it as well. But without further ado, we had a Kansas City Chief cut today, so we're going to dive right into that. So yes, the Chiefs started the offseason, and they started off in a way everybody in Chiefs Kingdom would have thought about. We knew they'd have to make some type of cuts to get more money, because if they're going to be spenders in free agency, they have a little to play with right now. But the likes of Anthony Hitchens, you cut him today, you save $8 million, $4 million will be in dead cap, but it was likely going to happen, and it happened today. Now, my full take on it is, it was expected. Everyone saw this coming. Definitely, it made it easier with the like of a Nick Bolton coming in and showing out his rookie year. I think it made it more easy for KC to make this move, because let's be real, if Nick Bolton doesn't perform to how he did rookie year, Kansas City might be in a dilemma where they might have to think of keeping Anthony Hitchens, or linebacker could be a dire need this offseason. Now, linebacker is still a huge need this offseason, because you want that third guy still there. But with Nick Bolton showing out, you still got a young Willie Gay coming into his own as well, who he's phenomenal. He's an athletic freak as well. It's exciting to see what those two can do in the future. But Anthony Hitchens, you could tell the writing was on the wall. And I mean, if you want to sum up his Chiefs career, it's going to be interesting. It depends on what fans want to take. He basically came in with, not the new regime, but once they were trying to turn over the defense, he was a part of that as well, and he spent 4 years in KC. And like I said, it's interesting because we signed him to a big contract. It was a 5-year contract, $45 million, and we were hoping he was going to be great. Now, did he live up to that contract? I don't want to say he did. He had around 350 tackles, 2 sacks, and an interception. Those aren't really that great in numbers, and that's why Anthony Hitchens is in this position now where he's going to be looking for another job, is because he didn't live up to a big contract. But as well too, if you go back to his Dallas days as well, which, hold on, let me pull that up. I saw the Chiefs numbers, let me see the Dallas numbers. Actually, if you go back to the Dallas numbers as well, like just looking at it, you could see 2018, his first year with KC, was actually probably his best year he's ever had as a pro as well. So that's great to see, but KC probably overpaid, and that makes sense why KC would overpay in a situation, because back then you were getting old at linebacker. You had a Tamba Hawley, you had Justin Houston, you had Derek Johnson as well. They were all coming out of their primes. They were getting older, and so you were hoping when you brought in the Damian Wilson as well, and you brought in an Anthony Hitchens, that they would be the new linebacking core, and we know that did not pay to fruition on what they saw. Definitely with Damian Wilson, he's with the Jaguars now, even though he had a kind of a good bounce back year with the Jaguars, but he didn't fill the role KC needed. And Anthony Hitchens, I would say he is good at best, a good standard linebacker. He will definitely have another job in the NFL as well. He is a hard hitter. He made some great plays as well. It's just it wasn't consistent. And like I said, that's why they went and tried to find a Nick Bolton. If you want to look for upside, I think Nick Bolton will be better than what Anthony Hitchens ever was. And of course, Willie Gay as well, even though those are two completely different linebackers. Now, if they could find a third linebacker, which I don't know, a lot of people will be filling me on this, but I think draft will be the position where you look for that as well. It's going to be interesting to see, because I don't think they'll grab one in free agency, and I wouldn't be too mad at it if they grab one in the second round. I know we constantly do that, but if you could fill your linebacking core with 3 stud young linebackers and be set for the next 8 to 10 years, that's going to be fun and interesting to see, and it's going to be crazy to see as well. But like I said, this move was supposed to happen. Like, we all knew it. Anthony Hitchens, the writing was on the wall. We're still, like, for example, Frank Clark. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with him as well, because they're going to need this extra money. Like I mentioned in my, my dream mock free agency, that if the Chiefs want to be big-time spenders, they're going to have to do the likes of like an extending a Tyreek Hill, restructuring a Mahomes. They had to cut Hitchens to get in this position as well. And also, they would have to cut Frank Clark. So it's going to be interesting to see, because Anthony Hitchens, like I said, he definitely played a big role, and he was definitely a part of one of the great teams in the Super Bowl run. I appreciate everything he's done for us, but you could tell, like I said, it was time for it as well. You're not going to pay a linebacker of his caliber. I think it was more than $8 million. I want to say it was actually a little over $10 million, but actually $12 million because with the dead cap, it's $4. So he would have been paid $12 million this year. It had to happen. Anthony Hitchens, he will definitely find another place. I believe so as well. He definitely won't get paid that type of money. And people will be like, well, what about a restructure? You can't restructure something like that, I don't think, because he's on the last year of his deal. So for you big Anthony Hitchens fans, it never was going to happen, a restructure. He was going to get cut. It's just, you got to enjoy the memories at this point. He was a good linebacker for us. He definitely won't go up there with one of the greats, but he brought us a Super Bowl championship, helped us get a good defense in that playoff run, and I'm very thankful for it. But the youth movement going forward with Willie Gay and Nick Bolton, that's going to be exciting and it's fun to see. I'm stoked to see those two in the future. And this is actually a huge positive as well. It lets you know Casey is trying to move in the right direction. Because let's say they do, I think it was a 10% chance, but let's say they do keep Anthony Hitchens. It would have got very iffy because that means, damn, like, we're not going to try to be big-time players. We're not going to make moves, and we're just going to hope to rebuild through the draft. This lets you know they're going to try to find any extra money they can to bring in top free agents. This team knows they're Super Bowl contenders. They know this defense is a reason why they're not in the Super Bowl. They know the offense as well with the wide receivers is a reason why they weren't in the Super Bowl. Play calling as well. Even though this team is so close, they've been legitimate for the last 4 or 5 years. They've been in the AFC Championship 4 years. There is so much room for improvement with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be interesting to see how they rebuild this team. Yes, I'm going to call it a rebuild because a lot of things could be different with this team next year that we're not so used to in prior years. And it's going to be interesting and fun to see. And I just can't wait for it in 2022 when they take on the field in September. And with that, that will wrap up this video. I just wanted to give a quick dive into this Anthony Hitchens news being cut today. Like I said, I want to be all over any Kansas City Chiefs news, and as well, I'm going to wrap with the week with some NFL news. But you KC Chiefs fans, I am here for you. And as well, I know I've been promising my running back draft prospects. That will be dropping tonight as well. I just wanted to get this news out there because, hey, it's big news. He's been with us. He's been a solid player for us. So it had to be out there. But let me know down below, what are your takes on Anthony Hitchens? I know a lot of you were expecting the cut, but how did you view him as a Kansas City Chief? Did you feel like he lived up to that contract or he underperformed? I'm going with the underperform right now, but it doesn't take away what kind of solid player he was. But with that being said as well, I'm going to check out. But before I check out, please be sure to subscribe to the channel because I will be tuned in with y'all daily. And with that, you guys take care.